Hello, welcome to IBC 2014. I'm Joe O'Halloran, Editor-in-Chief of Rapid TV News, and I'm here with Keith Subchevich, Chief Strategy Officer of Conviva. Keith, good morning, welcome to IBC.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
It's been a really good year for those in the online video industry, like yourself. What do you think has been the key drivers?
The main driver is consumption demand. I mean, this is a market that isn't creating its own destiny. It's really being pulled into it. And that's the one thing that I think as an industry we all have to keep in mind, is that the end game is really driven by consumers. The choice to go over to deliver video online isn't a publisher decision. It's actually consumers that are saying, look, this is how I prefer to consume my content. So as an industry, the velocity that we're all under right now is that we're trying to meet an accelerated demand for consumption over, in the online space. And that's really the driver.
So what does this mean specifically for your company?
Well, if you compare and contrast where television is, and again, this isn't an emergence of a brand new market. This is just simply an existing television market, a content market that's moving from traditional television over to online. And if you really think about what those two differences are, you see what it means for Conviva. And what I mean by that is, at a fundamental layer, television today is delivered over a very, very controlled network. When you go home and you watch your television, you don't get a buffering wheel. You don't get pixelation on the picture. Television is a very tried and true, reliable delivery network. That's now moving over to the internet. And as everybody knows, no one owns the internet. And it's a very, very uncontrolled environment. And there's several pieces in the equation that now, from content to the viewer, there's actually multiple segments and multiple links. And those links cause problems. And just the IP nature of the internet causes significant problems. So you're moving from television, from a very controlled network, to the internet, which is uncontrolled. That's where Conviva comes in. We are an intelligent control platform for television on the internet. And what we mean by that is we're intelligent in the sense that we monitor and measure every video player that a viewer is watching. And in real time, we take that data in, both from that single viewer as well as over 4 billion streams a month, and we act on it in a very intelligent way, in which we can then instruct that player to do very specific things to navigate the fires on the internet. And so that's, in summary, is what our video control platform for television on the internet, and comparing that to the need for control now that it's on the internet. Conviva's in a very good position right now.
Given this transition to online video, is not the key about creating a compelling experience rather than looking for content? And also, is the expectations on an online video experience now being risen up to new levels?
Yes, absolutely. Experience is everything. I mean, if you think about just being able to watch the video, again, there's all kinds of market segments that are evolving around online video that have some really cool and very neat technologies. But at the foundational layer, the ability to see the video and to watch it uninterrupted is actually the basic of the business. And when you look at the appetite for that quality, it's not driven by online consumers saying that they want high quality. Remember, they're coming from television. So people that are going to move online are saying, why can't I'm watching television? I'm watching the same content on a 48-inch screen, and it's crystal clear and uninterrupted. I want that quality when I watch it online. The normal television viewer doesn't understand the internet. They're not technology savvy, most of them, so they don't understand that there's a quality issue. They go to watch a piece of content on the television, it doesn't interrupt and it's clear, and they move online and it's buffering and it's pixelated. They don't understand it. They want quality, and that's the biggest impact in video businesses today, is not the amount of content, it's not even how it's prepared. It's really the experience that the viewer gets. If it buffers or it stops, I stop watching.
And why wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
So, do you think the viewers will ultimately hold the online providers to the same standards as TV broadcasters soon?
Absolutely, they do it now, and what we're seeing is that it's even getting more sensitive. When we launched Conviva and we started to collect our insights information, which is the analytics on every single viewer, we noticed that buffering had a massive impact. And around a third of all video streams on the internet are quality impacted in some way. It's either not maximizing their bit rate and it pixelates, or it's just completely interrupted through buffering. And the engagement loss that we're seeing is still around 30%, but the quality impacts are actually getting smaller and smaller, but the impacts of how much of the audience is leaving is the same. What I mean by that is the sensitivity for what a quality impact is actually getting heightened, meaning back, say 5 years ago, a viewer would sit through 1 or 2 interruptions and still stay engaged in the piece of content. Now they're leaving upon pixelation, meaning the video never stops, it just doesn't get as clear, and viewers are leaving. What that means to us is that viewers are not being patient anymore. They're not waiting for the same quality impacts. They're actually saying, look, any sort of a quality impact, I'm out.
That's the business opportunity for you guys, though.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what by the way compounds this problem is that there are more publishers delivering more content to more viewers on that same uncontrolled and congested internet. So as people think, well, no, the problem will go away because Moore's law will catch up. That's not happening. Network capacity providers are continually adding capacity to the network, but the problem is you're adding. Let's say you're just adding 20% more viewers every year to the internet. At the same time, publishers are increasing bit rates by 2 and 3 times. So you're not just adding 20% more viewers. You multiply the 20% more viewers times the entire audience raising their bit rates by 50, and in some cases 100%. That's where the congestion is happening. And so that problem is only going to exacerbate as more people watch and as people stream higher bit rates to get to the larger devices.
So what's Conviva doing to address those concerns for the publishers?
We advocate, and we've proven that putting all of your video assets and all of your video players and all of your viewers on a single control platform is the answer. Today the proliferation of devices is massive. When we started the company 6 years ago, people had one player. It was either a flash or Silverlight. It was a desktop. Today our average customer has between 7 and 9 different devices and platforms, and some of our customers go north of 20 where they have to publish. That requires a very specific set of publishing requirements to all of those devices. But the second piece of that is you're delivering video to all of those devices, to all those viewers. The best way to do it is to put them all on a single reporting platform, Conviva, and then put them all on a single delivery control platform, which is Conviva. So again, as a publisher, you can now turn your attention to editorial decisions that are made with quality being the highest it can possibly be. Only then can you say, what are the consumption patterns by a device? What do I need to be aware of from an editorial standpoint of who people, or what people are watching, what devices they're watching, and how? Those decisions are flawed if your quality is off, because you're making an imperfect decision, because maybe people are leaving for buffering. You think it's a content problem. It's not. So putting the entire video publishing system onto a single reporting infrastructure so that you're seeing your entire audience in one reporting dashboard, and then putting them all on one single delivery platform so that you can make sure that all of your quality of delivery is the same, thereby making your best editorial decisions.
We've heard a lot at IBC about 4K Ultra HD. Are there such things not a little bit too far out?
Well, the features like 4K and the whole resolution conversation is very valid. And again, as I said before, it's nothing more than the device manufacturers. If you think about a device manufacturer has to sell to the consumer. And again, it's about meeting the television requirements. And the device manufacturers know that when they sell a traditional television to a viewer, it's a 48-inch screen. And that picture is crystal clear. Now when they want to go sell those very same components, because television manufacturers can't go backwards in time, they need to move from a 48-inch regular television to a 48-inch IP television. That's their business. To do that, they have to be able to talk to the consumer about, look, I'll make sure that that quality is there. So the 4K initiative is really to solve that quality problem. So from a device manufacturer standpoint, it's very real. You want to be able to support the best crystal clear picture you can. That kicks up a whole bunch of different things upstream where you get the responses that, oh, it's too soon, or I can't do it. You can't do it from the standpoint of the capacity and the video delivery systems that people have. The network's not ready. I mean, again, we just talked a moment about the fact that 20% of the audience increasing every year, and the bit rates are going up by 50 to 100%. Just that level of congestion is causing a major problem. When you drop 4K on top of that, it exacerbates the problem even more. So the television manufacturers want to really rally behind that because it solves the picture quality problem. The reticence to deliver on that promise from a delivery side is both a technical barrier to some publishers as well as just a workflow change that I don't think they're ready to go yet. So that difference is really going to be there for a while. And again, it's solving a problem that may not be solvable just yet.
Well, speaking about the future and just wrapping up, if we're here this time next year, how different an industry do you think it's going to be?
I think the business of television will be very real. This market started as video streaming. It was really around desktop 6:9 letterbox formats and people watching moving pictures for the first time on their computers, in the streaming format. I think this time next year you're going to see a real television business model evolving. You're going to see real, pay television, subscription models over the top. You're going to see, real television syndication partnerships that are already starting to be had, like the HBO Amazon syndication partnership. You're going to start to see, the old terrestrial carriage relationships move online. So I think this time next year, you're going to see that it's no longer going to be a video streaming market. I think we're there now, but I think in a year from now, it'll really be a television market.
Look forward to seeing you.
Absolutely.
Keith, thank you very much.
Thank you.